Hi everyone, welcome back. And while she usually writes about healthy living, in honor of Breast Cancer Health Awareness Month, Karen Sullivan, founder of Pretty Wellness and two-time breast cancer survivor, is here with us this morning to talk about her new book, Happiness Through Hardship. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Thank you for having me.
So this is such a timely book.
Yes.
So talk to me. Now, you said a little, you were pressed for time. You really wanted to get it out this month. So
I did.
Talk to me about the book itself.
So this month is, October's Breast Health Awareness Month, and everybody is looking to talk about it. And for me, I was diagnosed actually almost 14 years ago.
Wow.
And with that, I was just married. I didn't have friends that had breast cancer, or many cancers for that matter. And so I was so lucky that as soon as a few friends found out, their moms, their friends of friends came to help me and navigate me through the journey. But that doesn't always happen.
Right.
And so I figured this was an opportunity for me to get my thoughts out there, to be that friend to those. Through Pretty Wellness, so many people will reach out when they're diagnosed and say, what did you do with this? How can you do that? And so I figured, let me put it out there. And half the proceeds are going to the Cancer Couch Foundation.
And that's wonderful.
Thank you.
You really said something that stuck with me. Your book is there for people who maybe can't talk to someone, don't have someone, or maybe just don't feel comfortable.
Right.
A lot of people maybe feel like they're putting their hardships on someone else if they talk to them. So talk to me, what people can find in your book that will help them cope.
So this book is all about the first few weeks upon diagnosis. Those, at least for me and for many I've spoken with, is the hardest time. And so this will help navigate to answer some questions, or maybe relate to what I went through and know that they are not alone, that there are other people out there. There's me, there's many people, unfortunately, that have been touched by this. But if you've got that, call it a friend along the way that's saying, hey, here's what I did, here's something that might help, or here's a resource that would be helpful for you, but not just you as the patient, but also the caregivers and friends. Those are a lot of questions that I get as well, like, hey, my best friend was just diagnosed with this, what can I do? This book is not just for the patient, but also for that caregiver and friend.
And caregivers, as we know, have a big responsibility.
Yes.
And a lot on their shoulders as well.
Right.
So this book is for, not only the cancer patients themselves who are going through that terrible disease, but also the caregivers.
Yes.
Is it good for families as well, maybe, to read if, someone very close to them is going through?
So, absolutely. I think when you talk families, adult families, this book doesn't touch upon the kid aspect of it, and that is a whole book could be written on that itself. This is really about what do you do those first few weeks, from the getting first, second, third opinions to how can you find a little joy along the way, because it arguably could be the hardest time in your life, at least to date. And so I want people to know there's hope, and that it can be easier than you think, even though it's a really hard time.
Absolutely. Well, that's just beautiful. I really love what you did, and I'm sure a lot of people at home are wondering where they can find this book.
Yes. So right now, it's on Kindle, if you've got a Kindle, or if you've got a Kindle app. You don't have to have a Kindle.
Okay.
That way, I wanted to get it to market so people could have access to it. It's also a short book. My intention, I know when I was diagnosed, I did not want to read a 300-page book.
Right.
There's a place for that. But for my first few weeks, first few months, I really just wanted quick information, so that's what I'm providing.
It's just beautiful. Thank you so much for being with us. We really appreciate it, and definitely go and check out the book. All right, stay with us. Good Morning Connecticut. We'll be right back.